skies and worlds where our dreams come alive.
Today we're going to be learning how to make a door that opens, but you have to have 3 keys to unlock it. So the first thing I want to do is when you have anything that's opening, you want to make sure that your access point is on the edge. I usually use triggers, so we can just stretch this out like that, and then I can highlight the door and the trigger and group them together. That gives me this access point that it can open and close like that. So on this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my script is attached. And I'm going to go into it, and I need when world is started, when trigger is entered by object. We're going to go over to our variables, and we're going to make a couple variables. I'm going to need one for the door, which is an object. I'm going to need 3 triggers, so I'm just going to call it T1, T2, and T3. All objects. Then I'm going to need a number. I'm just going to call it I and keep it on number. Confirm. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, under when world is started, I'm going to set my iterator to be 0. Set I to 0. Now I'm going to go to events, and I'm going to go all the way down to listen to events. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to drag these and drop them. T1, T2, and T3. So now when trigger is entered by object, I want to know what's going to happen. So I want to set the object visibility, which is the key, to false. I want to set the collidability to false as well. I want to make sure to force release that key. Whoop. Hold on. Somehow I'm duplicating. There we go. So force release on object. So that's going to rip the key out of your hand and then do all that. I want to set the trigger detection to false. And that'd be as well. Set trigger detection to false. What else do I need? I need to set my number variable. Oh, wrong thing. Set to. So set to. So set my I. And you can grab it from here too if you wanted. And I need to go to operators and grab plus. Duplicate I into A. Go to your values and grab an empty number. And we want to do 1. Now I want to go back to my events and grab if. I want to go back to operators, grab equal. So, and then I want to drag my I into A, drag this 1 down into B, and we're going to change that to 3. Now it's going to be like, okay, if it equals 3, what do we do? So I'm going to go to motion, and I'm going to go down to rotate by over time. And this is where our door variable will come into self. Since it's on the y-axis, the way to tell is if you highlight it, you can see that this is turning on the y-axis. So I'm going to delete 0 from there. The way to tell in the script if this is X, Y, or Z is it's literally X, Y, and Z. So I know the middle one I need to rotate by -90 so I can get it going backwards. And I think that covers that. We're going to test it. The next thing you need to do is make sure that all your keys are set to grabbable, which mine already are. Each one of these keys is going to have its own gameplay tag. So we're going to call this K1. And then we want to make the triggers match. So choose objects tagged K1. We can do this one as K2. Make sure objects tagged. If you forget to change it, it won't work. So you got to make sure to change these. K2. K3. And then objects tagged K3. Oh, K3. The last thing we need to do before we get too carried away is now we got to link all our variables. And then I'll show you it working. So we're going to link all our triggers. And then don't forget your door. So our door will go right in door. Okay, so now we can grab these keys and be like, okay, there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Door opened. Now to make this one step easier, because if you're doing a puzzle world, you can also write a text on here. So let's do a text variable object. At the beginning of the world, we're going to go to our actions and we're going to scroll down to display text. We're going to display text on text right there. Then we want to display, we're going to do plus, and we want to go to our variables, our values tab, and we want to go down to variable as string. Wait, that shouldn't be in there 2 times. Okay, so variable as string, our I will be here, and then we're going to need a string input. What the heck? A string input, and we're going to do /3. So, and then I'm going to show you the difference. So, here's our text. Let's go ahead and link that text. So as you can see, get this out of the way. It's asking, it's like, oh, we only have 0 out of 3 keys. So now I can take the same line and I can bring it down here and I can put it right there. So now, if I put the key in, oh, I only have 1 out of 3 keys. And then you put in the last one, door unlocks. And then if you want to even change that even further, you can take the same line right here, drop it down into here, and you can delete that part. You can duplicate just the string in here, and you can put the word unlocked. So let's world reset. So now I can be like 1 key, 2 key, 3 key, unlocked. And that's just a little more few steps. And you can also add sounds into it. So you can, if you wanted to get more into it, you can create a sound variable and you can hit objects and you can go down to play sound right there, connect this. So, and then, we can go to our sounds. Unlock. Okay, so like this unlock sound, the way I put it in there just now is every time I enter a key, it should make a noise. And then if you wanted to make a noise when it opens, you would do the same thing, but you just duplicate the line under. So I would put play sound down here, and then I'm going to do another variable, which is SF2. And hold on, okay, so world reset, then we can go back to our sounds, and we can do to unlock again. And we're just going to use this little fancy sound. It can always be changed. So now, again, 1, 2, 3, unlocked. And that just adds a little bit more immersion when there's sounds. You don't want it not having sounds. I think it's way better when you do sounds, for world of static, immersion, whatever. But that's how to create a 3-key door unlock.
Evil's first the name, he's a beacon of light, crafting masterpieces with style and with might. His bills, they stand tall like stars in the night.